right, good morning. Here we are. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Got Jasmine and Tiffany and Zach and myself here at iFinance Mortgage. Super excited. As usual, we're always recapping UWM. They come out with just a bang every Wednesday morning, and we get the benefit of listening to it a little bit later. So Matt Ishby, what a tremendous example of a human, a worker. He leader, CEO, president. That guy gets to the office at 3 a.m. and from there just makes his day count. You know, so many good points. What are some points you enjoyed?
I mean, even just keeping on the Matt train, we were talking when Mateen came up on stage talking about maximizing your day. You know, he talked about having to take his son to a basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And said, you know, it's 2 hours away from the house. What would you do with that 2 hours? If you were Matt, you're sending 25 emails, 25 phone calls, voicemails, text, whatever. You're going to make use of that time. So like Mateen said, you know, he switched over and let his wife drive and took advantage of that time, maximized his day.
Yeah, that's so important. And I think you even mentioned the example of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know, Kobe was the same way. 3 a.m. guy getting up, and he had not just a couple workouts a day. He had 4 workouts a day. And that's why he was one of the greatest players of all time. So, you know, if that's how we want to be one of the best LOs that we can be, we definitely need to make sure we're maximizing our day. And maybe just a little bit on eliminate time wasters. What does that mean to you, eliminating time wasters?
Mine would be like getting rid of the liabilities. So you really got to write it down in your life. And what's an asset, like in your personal life, like what's an asset and what's liability. So that could be watching a lot of Netflix, like or scrolling too much at a certain time. Like maybe don't scroll until 2 p.m. in the day, until most of your stuff is done. But like to really write it down and iron it out. Like is even just doing that and being aware of where you're spending your time. And then even just maybe don't have to remove it, but limit it. And it's going to make a huge, huge difference. So I did do that, and I do agree with them on that.
Yeah, those are really good points.
Yeah, I think if you let a lot of that small stuff kind of stack up, it turns into one big thing. And then it's, you know, you got to watch out for those small things kind of building up, whether it's scrolling on your phone or not checking emails, not returning a call. You can't let that kind of stuff stack up against you.
Yeah, no, those are all really good points. And going back to Matt's opening there, you know, the use of tools to streamline the process. UWM is a master at that, right? What are some of the tools that they mentioned there, or that stuck out in your mind?
Well, they have the ultimate loan submission, which I think we should all start taking advantage of. You also get your partner points. I believe you get 1,000 partner points for using them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. One of the things with the ultimate loan submission is once you send it in, it will limit the underwriting conditions that are, so they're able to see it, and then it limits the conditions, so that way you could get your CDC faster as well. And then also using Bolt. I think Bolt is a really good tool. We need to start using it more as well, I believe, here in the office. I say that it does the income calculation for you, which I think will be a big help, because I feel like income could either like make or break the deal. So the fact that it does that for you, and underwriter just kind of confirms that it's correct, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, they tied it into the client experience too, because when you come back with less documents that you're requesting, that tends to make them feel a lot better. Yeah. Yesterday we had an experience, unfortunately, with one of our potential pre-approvals where it was just frustrating to them because I kept coming back with, oh, and we need this. Oh, and we need that, you know. So it just reminded me when I heard it this morning is as much as we can do up front to protect our client relationship, right, and keep them happy and smooth. And so I think that was a good touch point for me. I took that home. What about processor assist? Matt really is highlighting the fact this is not to take processors' jobs, right? Because some small shops or other shops may think, oh no, they're rolling this out so they can take our jobs away. But what did you get out of that? What's the advantage of us using processor assist where it makes sense?
Well, I mean, I think especially at a time like this, right, in the heart of purchase season, and as Anthony was talking about, Anthony Fredericks, it's a busy month, you know, we want this to be our big boom month. So a lot of us, smaller shops or boutique shops, if you've only got one processor, they're going to need help if it starts to pick up business. And I think that can kind of help alleviate some of the stress of them having to do everything for you. I mean, if they can get an assist, that's not going to take their job away. It's just some extra help on the side. Why wouldn't we take advantage of it?
Yeah, that's a good point. And, our rock star is going to take a little break here, Jazz, which is great. And, maybe I talked to Joe about this recently, but maybe that's an opportunity that we could use that. And ramping up is a good thing. Preparing for a huge boom, Matt said, and we need to scale now. He says, what if tomorrow or even today we doubled or tripled our business, quadrupled our business? Are we ready for it? No. Is the answer. No, we're not, right? So UWM is ramping up. They're preparing. What do you say? They're hiring like another 200, 250 people, 300 people this month, and they did it last month too. So if they're preparing for it, we need to be on the same mindset, right? Yeah. How about the products? Man, so many good products. But he did mention this, that maybe 60 to 70% of the loans are coming to UWM. Where's the others going, right? So for LOs, how can we get more loans to come in to us? How can we get more loans to be able to send to UWM? I think was the focus there. So have you seen, just by way of the products they've been rolling out lately, ways that they're trying to capture more business?
Yeah, they're jumbos. They've got a lot more jumbo programs. Looks like they're tapping into the bank statement non-QM space.
Yep.
I personally think UWM will take the market if they start doing P&Ls.
P&L.
Yeah, if they start doing P&Ls, there's no competition.
I wanted to shout out at the screen, P&L, man! No doubt they know that. They've probably heard it a lot, and who knows, we might get surprised pretty soon.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah, that would be that would help. That might shut down some other folks, unfortunately. We hope that that's not the case. How about focus on winning and success stories? Zach, you're about ready to do something here pretty exciting at the end of the week with one of your clients.
Yeah, get to go out and take a video, do some testimonials with a client I just helped close on their first home. His first-time home buyer, got through the whole process with them, got them educated, and now they're in their property. They took it in stride. As soon as they got their keys, they started working on the place, making improvements, making it their own. So I'm going to go and see some of the work they've been doing. They got the tile replaced this week, and they've been repainting, changing furniture and everything. So I'm excited to go and reconnect with them, see them, and take those videos, get some pictures and stuff, and maybe even check out their pool.
Hey, there you go. We look forward to seeing those videos. And it's really powerful when we celebrate the successes of our closings and we celebrate with our borrowers, and it just solidifies that relationship. And sometimes I think we might forget about that post-closing. We're so focused on the process and then closing, and then maybe they don't hear from us for a while, right? But this is a great wrap-up and parting gifts to them too. Maybe that cutting board goes out to them, right?
Yeah. I've had the parting gift waiting for them, and I'm ready to give it to them. I think they'll enjoy it. So.
Oh, that's great. Matt brought up one more really key point that it helped me, is with the use of discount points. Did you catch that point in there where he said sometimes we're so focused on the rate and we want to, and it ends up maybe being a higher rate, could be in the sevens, right? But with a higher rate, we're worried about not having to charge points or origination or anything like that. But he says to be more competitive, people are trying to get the best rate possible. So we might have to charge points.
Yeah.
Don't focus on that part, right? Focus on getting them the best monthly payment, the best rate, right? And if we got to throw in a point in there or whatever, we have to explain that to them. Mm-hmm. That's part of the cost of doing business. It's part of the cost of paying all the people that are working hard on your loan. So we kind of de-emphasize, the not having to charge points and things like that. And I think that keeps us competitive, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Anything else you enjoyed from this week so far?
Monty, he was saying, going back to the Kobe Bryant thing, he was saying that when we have a workout, when we're working on something, it's best not to have the mentality of just getting through it, that we should get better while doing it. And that really spoke out to me this week. Instead of just pushing through, might as well make make use of your time and get better at it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Always be growing.
Yep,
Yeah.
always be growing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that.
And I think, too, even when Sean Groves, the SVP for AE Development, came up, he was talking about when him and Anthony Fredericks and Matt and all them started a company, they didn't own a suit. You know, they had the one suit. They shared the car. They came there. The success doesn't appear out of thin air. You know, you've got to tackle every day, make yourself better. Like Jasmine was saying, you know, don't just get through the day, get better every day. And through that, I mean, we see the end product now. We see UWM as this giant company. Yeah. They, you know, run in the mortgage space. They're one of the biggest players in it, and we see that now. But we don't think about the back end, the stuff that they had to do to get where they are. So, us being able to do those kind of things and lead, you know, let them lead by example, we can help better ourselves every day, like they're talking about.
Yeah, those were key points. And you know, one other point I really enjoyed was during the heat of the refi season. Who got forgotten about in a lot of cases? Our realtor partners, right? We're so focused on the consumer and helping them, doing all that we might have forgot a little bit about touching and keeping, you know, in a strong contact with our realtor partners. And now, when the refis die, now what are the LOs doing? Oh, they're coming back to their realtor partners and they're saying, who are you? Right? So it's just a good reminder that now we're positioning ourselves, we're scaling, we're getting ready for the huge refi boom that's coming. Matt believes it. We better believe it too. And in the process, we're really trying to work with our realtor partners, find out what they need to grow their business. How can we help? What'll set us apart as a lender? Bringing them in for a podcast, huge difference. It's already paid off. We're getting more leads than ever from our realtors that we've shown an interest to help them grow their business. Yeah. So I just thought that was a fantastic reminder to don't forget about them. Make that part of our everyday. We make calls, we talk to our realtor partners, and we continue to grow our business that way. Anything else you like?
I mean, we can kind of go back. I wanted to touch on this a little bit just because it kind of tied into what Mateen was talking about with the Kobe workouts and what we're all talking about here today about kind of bettering ourselves. Anthony Fredericks, again, talked about Tiger Woods.
Yes.
For a long time, he ran the golf space. He was the face of golf, still is to a lot of people. You know, that's why a lot of even current golf pros got started in the sport was because of watching him when they were kids. But right at the height of his popularity as he's winning all these tournaments, even though he had, you know, the best swing, he's Tiger the artist, whatever, all these accolades that he earns, he still worked on himself. Even though his swing wasn't broken, he still tweaked it, got better, still improved himself. So there's ways that we can constantly be looking to just tweak. You know, even if things aren't broken, we can tweak things about ourselves to improve. You know, if you know in your head there's one thing that you might not be the best at, make yourself the best at that. Focus on that for a while.
Yeah. I wrote that down too. If it ain't broke, tweak it. Right? Right? Because sometimes people say, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which means no effort. And he put a different spin on it, and that was a really good point. Well, I think we talked about some really good points. We're all excited next week. We're heading out to UWM. We're coming out there for training. We're going to be at that sales huddle ourselves. Looking forward to it. We'll do some special things out there, too, by way of video and some podcasting coming live from UWM, so that'll be fun. All right, folks, let's go make it a great week.